Now there were staying in Jerusalem God-fearing Jews from every nation under heaven. When they heard this sound, a crowd came together in bewilderment, because each one heard their own language being spoken. Utterly amazed, they asked, "Aren't all these who are speaking Galileans? Then how is it that each of us hears them in our native language? Parthians, Medes and Elamites, residents of Mesopotamia, Judea, Cappadocia, Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia, Egypt and the parts of Libya near Cyrene, visitors from Rome, both Jews and converts to Judaism, Cretans and Arabs, we hear them declaring the wonders of God in our own tongues." Amazed and perplexed, they asked one another, "What does this mean?" Exactly. What does this mean? Welcome to the third in our series of short videos exploring ECMI's values. What is it that is the foundation of who we are and what we do as a mission? Well, this time we are going to look briefly at our in value, and we'll consider part of what it means to be international. We will all be familiar with the account of what has often been called the birth of the church at Pentecost. Visitors to Jerusalem from throughout the known world suddenly hear the good news of Jesus in their own languages. So right here, right at the beginning, it's clear that the message of Jesus is for everyone, for all nations, for all peoples, whatever language they may speak. Admittedly, these people are all Jews, or at least Gentile God-fearers. And we know that the opening up of the good news to all Gentiles doesn't happen until later, but I think that the pattern is already clear from this episode. And this event in Jerusalem, Pentecost, stands at a central point of a story which starts in Genesis and reaches its conclusion in Revelation. In Genesis 11, we find the fascinating story of the Tower of Babel. Humanity come together in order to build a tower, a stairway to the heavens, to make a name for themselves and so that they could reach God, or that God could come down to them. And of course, God does come down. He comes down, but he comes down and confuses their languages. He makes communication impossible. Now, at Pentecost, God comes down again. But whereas in Genesis languages are a cause of confusion, here languages become a source of joy. It may appear confused. People may be perplexed, but actually there is now order. The good news of Jesus is proclaimed. Yes, different languages, but languages that help communicate, not confuse. God comes down, not as he did at Babel in judgment, but now he comes down in blessing and in grace by his Spirit. And so Pentecost brings a solution to the confusion of humanity, a solution through the coming of the Spirit and the proclamation of Jesus. But Pentecost also points forward to something else. It points forward to the scene portrayed by John in Revelation chapter 7. Where a multitude that no one could count is gathered around the throne in glory. A crowd of people from every nation, tribe, people and language, all worshipping the Lamb. And now, you and I, we stand between the promise of Pentecost and the realization of Revelation. Between Pentecost and glory. We are international, Not just because international and different perspectives are positive in themselves, in any group of people, and especially in a mission, but because we, as an international group of Jesus followers, can show in the present something of what will be complete in the future. The good news is for all people, whatever their nationality, whatever language they speak. What does this mean? It means that in Christ there is no French or British, no Spanish or Brazilian, no Croatian or German, for we are all one in Christ Jesus.